Kansas City homicide rate drops was a front-page headline this week. It may seem hard to believe, but the city ended the year with 108 murders, 6 fewer than last year. Now, was anyone patting themselves on the back this week, Bill Grady, for that decline?
Alvin Brooks with the Ad Hoc Group Against Crime held a vigil the other day, New Year's Day, and he talked a little bit about that. And he said there's enough credit to go around, and people will step to the fore and take that. But it may have to do with the chief designated hotspots, more community outreach, more trying to catch these guys before things do happen. But it's not one of those quantifiable things.
Now, some surprising statistics were buried in those numbers, Stacey. Kansas City saw a rate of 23 homicides per 100,000 residents. That's according to the Star Report. That's well above Chicago's 19 per 100,000 residents and about on par with Philadelphia at 22 per 100,000. Denver and Indianapolis, 2 cities often used to compare with Kansas City on civic measures, each have per capita homicide rates far below those found here, about 6 and 11 per 100,000 residents, respectively, according to the Star Report. The question is what Kansas City is doing about that. Anything?
Well, you're seeing the hotspot policing, and you're seeing some more groups being put together to study the issue, but this isn't a success. Yes, 6 people less is great, 1 person less is great, but look at the murder rate. The average murder rate over the past 4 years, it's 109 people. We were at 108. This isn't some great success to tout. And you look at 42% of the murders, I think it is in the East Patrol District. 70% of the people killed in the city are black. There's no success here to tout. There's a lot of work to be done, and all we're talking about is policing. We don't talk about the social root cause issues of this. And until we get to that, I don't care what the police do, they're not going to change that rate much more than maybe 6, maybe 10 a year.
Barbara, you're on the editorial board of the Star. All of these city leaders and civic leaders walk into the editorial board meetings of the Star, and they come up and they talk about these issues. Why is that then? Why don't we get a fix on this issue?
It's just hard. I think somehow a situation has developed in Kansas City where you have whole neighborhoods that are awash in guns and a lifestyle in which, young people growing up see their fathers, their brothers, their cousins carrying guns and using them to settle scores and arguments, and we go on and on and on with it. They talked about sometime during 2012 about a no violence alliance that is supposed to be a concerted effort where the police actually identify who's most likely to cause a crime, get some data and actual surveillance on them, and then confront them and say, we're watching you. If you step out of line, we're going to arrest you. And then they do. And then they take other people, who are somewhat at risk and try to intervene with them earlier and, get them the tools they need to, not pull out a gun to settle an argument. I don't know how far they've gotten with that so far, but I know it's still alive. And I think it is going to take a concerted effort of police, prosecutors, the community, everybody. Chris Koster, the state attorney general, says he's going to start an initiative to really look at urban violence in Kansas City and St. Louis, and there may be some things on the state.
But Dave, haven't we heard this time and time again, though?
Well, as long as I've been a reporter in this community since the mid-1980s. So, yes, we have. And in fact, just for context, our murder rate, while bad, is not as bad as it was in the mid-1990s when you'd routinely have 130, 140 murders per year.
Sometimes we topped 150.
150. Yeah. So it was very, very bad in the mid-90s. It's gone down since then. But I do think Kansas City has some reason for concern, Nick. For example, we had more murders in Kansas City this year than Washington, D.C. That's astonishing, astonishing. I lived in Washington for a time, and they would routinely have 300 murders in a year, and now I think they had 80, 85, somewhere in there. Fewer murders per capita than New York City, that type of thing. One of the things I think 2013 will be important to watch is the impact of local control of the police in St. Louis, which will take place, versus what continues to be state control in Kansas City, and whether local control and therefore local accountability will improve the murder rate in St. Louis versus what happens in Kansas City. That might be a good early indicator.
Prosecutors, police, panels studying this issue they're not going to solve it. Until their economic prospects in these poor neighborhoods improve, until education improves, until parents are held responsible and things of that nature are changed, and that's going to cause a huge investment to changes, nothing changes.
Bill.
The KC Nova that Barb made mention of, the Nonviolence Alliance, really is sort of groundbreaking in a sense, because it takes the U.S. Attorney's Office, couples it with the Jackson County Prosecutor's Office and the police, and it also has the social component. Now, they have just now hired the main social worker to run that program. I went down and visited their offices the other day, and I have to say I'm pretty impressed with some of the research that they've done, and I believe that in 2013 it could make a difference. It's a big gamble. UMKC is involved, but it does have some elements that haven't been tried here before.